Alright, welcome back to those of you who love the reproof of the Spirit of truth. To line yourselves up to the true and living God. You're troopers. Alright? Yeah, you're the real MVPs. Alright? Yep. You're the ones that's gonna be delivered. You're the ones gonna be shielded. Alright? But all those who keep ignoring these messages, woe be unto them. Because regardless of whether they don't listen, they're going to be held accountable for everything that I've been instructed to speak. Because everything that I've been instructed to speak and have already applied to my life was been embedded within each and every one of us. Is embedded within our conscience, is inscribed upon our spirit, and it is written upon our heart. We all know that we shall love one another as thyself. We all know that we are to love the Most High, our Maker, the lover of our soul. Alright? And if we truly do love our Maker, we wouldn't do anything contrary to benevolence. But unfortunately, pretty much everybody within this wicked ass world is living their life contrary to benevolence. And because of this, what I've been given to speak is taken as hard messages. I realize that it's hard messages in a world that's all about pleasure island, gratifying the pleasures of your flesh, earning and saving money, living lavishly. Of course, what I've been given to say would be like a party pooper, would be like pooping on the party. Like, damn, go away, you thing of nut. We don't want you here. This is this how I've been treated my entire life. Okay, like for real. But anyway, as I stated on the last video, we getting ready to deal into the Gentiles. You know who they really are. Okay, is irrefutable, and we've been living in the times of the Gentiles. We've been living in a Eurocentric reality, and it was imposed upon the indigenous people and all of humanity. Okay. And all of creation, because all of creation has been up under the subjection of these wicked as Europeans that took over the earth, okay, and all its resources. Okay, now this is not to say that all Europeans are wicked. Okay, we're all nations are in the valley of decision. Okay, so now it's time to prove if you're not wicked. Alright? It ain't gonna be based on what you say. You can say all day that you're not wicked. Europeans and all nations, including my own nation. Alright? The indigenous people of this land. Okay? You can say all day that you're not wicked. Nevertheless, your actions is gonna testify. Alright? Because your actions is going to be lined up to what's in your heart and what's in your mentality. And that which is in your heart and in your mentality is what you will be carrying out in your deeds. And that is what the Most High God is going to be judging. That's what he's judging. Alright? So really, my God is judging your heart and your mentality. Okay? And his people are instructed, those of us that's down here in mortality, we're instructed to judge based upon deeds, based upon actions, based upon fruit. Okay? So it's inaccurate to say that we don't have the right to judge anybody. Yes, we most certainly do. Okay? We must judge. Okay, how else would we know good apart from evil? Alright? We must judge, people. We must judge. Okay? We just have to judge righteously. We're not supposed to be judging on surface level. Okay? We can't sum all Europeans up and say that they're all wicked. We can't call them all devils. Okay? Because that's inaccurate. There's devils in every nation. Just as there's righteousness in every nation, we all have free agency to choose whether we be good or evil. Alright? 1 second. I had me some ice water. All right. Excuse my little imperfections. All right. But we all have a choice, people. Okay? Time's up for vain lip service and superficiality. All right? The Most High God is judging justly, and it's just to judge based upon actions, based upon what people do, not based upon what people say out their mouth and cite themselves out to believe. You ain't gonna be judged based upon that. Alright? You gonna be judged based upon your actions and your heart condition and your mentality. Okay? Because don't think that you can just pretend that you love and serve my God and you really don't, but yet you pretend that you do, and you know, may show a little love here and there, you know, just to try to get in. See, the Most High, my God, He knows your intent. So I'm instructed to talk about these things before it even happens. Don't even get in your mind that it's really about your money, because it's not. You got people that's filthy rich. You know, if they decide, because it ain't going to hurt them none. How is it going to hurt them? You know, to go into their millions of dollars and, you know, donate like $200 or something like that to me. All right? But if their heart is not in the right place, if they're not doing it for the right purposes, it has to be the right intent of the heart, people. That's why it's not about your money. Okay? The Most High knows your heart and knows your mentality. You can't hide that from the true and living God. So my point is, it's not about your money. It is about the intent of your heart. Okay? If you are taking of your abundance in order to help ease my suffering, to help ease my misery, and to help me in my spiritual mission, then that is righteousness. Okay? It's not just about taking your abundance and sowing it unto me or someone else in need. No. You cannot buy your way into heaven, people. You can't buy your way into the kingdom. All right? So it's not about that. It's not about saying, oh, well, all I have to do is just give you money and I'm saved. No, sir. No, ma'am. It's literally about your heart condition. It's literally about your mentality. It's literally about whether or not you truly care about me. Okay? That's what it's about, people. Time's up for superficiality. Alright? Now, let's go over here. We're going to deal with this.
And see, they want to start our history with slavery. They don't ever broach who we were before slavery. They don't never talk about that. No. They start history with the Greeks. Okay, but I am sorry, Gentiles, Greeks, Romans, and all of you European descendants. Okay? You're of the seed of Japheth. Okay? The Greeks, the Romans, the revived Roman Empire all came from your seed, the seed of Japheth.
Now, I'm going to play that little part again in just a moment. Alright? Noah's prophecy fulfilled. Japheth is the progenitor of the European white races who spread across almost the entire Eurasian continent. Alright? national perspective, colonization of many far off lands has fulfilled the prophecy. All right, that ain't national perspective, that is the actual truth. Okay, so colonization of many of the lands that they colonize, of the indigenous people, that has fulfilled prophecy. Okay, now Christianity claims to dwell now because of its origins and its claims of the holy sites. All right, nevertheless, Christianity is replacement theology. All right, so Christianity is part of the beast that was used in order to enslave the real holy people. Okay, the true biblical people has been taken into captivity via Christianity. Okay, and colonization. All right, they worked hand in hand together. All right. Now, not only that, but Christianity, because it is replacement theology, it's usurped the original holy people, replacing us with counterfeits. All right, it usurped and replaced the true biblical land, the true promised land, okay, with a counterfeit. All right, and so with the religious perspective, is leading you away from the truth, okay, and is directing you to a deception over there in the so-called Middle East, okay, is misdirecting your attention away from the true holy people and the true holy land, which is over here in the fourth part of the earth. Okay? Now, Japheth, Gog, would be motivated by the desire to possess the holy sites in its invasion of the land. Now, it was this land over here in the fourth part of the earth that Gog was desiring to acquire. And it's also the land that Satan said that he was going to set up his kingdom. Okay? Yes. Now, we're going to deal with the race of Japheth. Okay? Now, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to skip over a little bit. All right? The race of Japheth is then that which is also designated to indicate the extent of its domain, the Indo-European race. To this race we ourselves belong. All right, this is from a book entitled The Race of Japheth. I think it's entitled The Race of Japheth. All right, something like that. Or it might be the section. Hold on. It could be from a book entitled The Ancient History of the East, and then a section entitled Race of Japheth. Okay? Now, to this race we ourselves belong. All right? Now, they claim is a race noble beyond all others. Okay? They gave themselves that title. All right? That they are noble. Now, let's look up the term noble right quick. Oh, come on. All right, belonging to a hierarchy class with high social or political status, aristocratic. All right, this is how Europeans want to see themselves, as the head of the food chain. All right, the creme de la creme. Okay, noble, honorable. But excuse me, your history does not show you as noble and honorable. Okay? Your history shows you as evil. Okay? Your history is evil. All right? This is your history. There's nothing noble about invading a people's land. okay, raping, robbing, murdering, and just destroying the indigenous people, okay, plundering, pillaging, and putting us up under perpetual captivity. What is noble about that, Europeans? What is honorable about that? See, that is the mentality of survival of the fittest, okay? You think that is honorable because you're under the mentality of survival of the fittest. But let's see what's similar under this noble, okay? Upstanding, okay? Righteous, virtuous, good, honorable, honest, upright, upstanding, decent, worthy, noble minded, uncorrupted, anti corruption, moral, ethical, reputable. Now, this is how Europeans have been viewed in this world. This is how you have been viewed. However, your real history testifies that this is a lie, that this is not who you really are. You're not unselfish. No. No, Europeans, you're not unselfish. Okay? This is the richest people in the world. They're all Indo-Europeans. With all of this money, all of this wealth, while there's all kinds of misery upon the earth. How is this noble? How is this righteous? There ain't no way you can justify that. Okay? How is that honest? How is that honorable? How is that good? How is that virtuous? How is that self-sacrificing? See? That is actually dishonorable. Hold on. Okay. Opposite, humble. Come on now. Let's go here. No, that's not what I'm trying to find what the heck. Hold on. Where is it at, bro? Okay. Opposite. Alright. Now, dishonorable. Okay? This is the history of the Indo-European, okay? But this is not how you want to view yourselves, all right? But this is how this system was built on indigenous land. This system that we were all born in was built dishonorably, okay? Hold on a second. It's not letting me. Bro, come on. Why y'all gotta be... Oh, goodness sakes. Why are they gonna make this stuff so hard? Okay. Now. Noble. Okay? Versus dishonorable. Alright, now your system was built dishonorably. Okay? It was disgraceful. It was shameful. Alright? You had no shame. Alright? It's a shameless nation. As a matter of fact, I have the scripture up. Okay? Verse 15. For our God has allowed a nation upon us from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverenced old man nor pitied child. Now, how is it noble to not reverence the gray hairs of an elderly man or woman? You like, this is your history. Your history is that you did not reverence the old man or woman at all, nor pity child. Okay? This is your real history, Europeans. Alright? And you did it in the name of Jesus, okay? This is what's detrimental to you, alright? Because you used our God to justify your wickedness against us, alright? Here are white Christian soldiers lynching a 7-year-old indigenous child while reading the Bible, okay? You see this? This is a real photo, okay? You guys did heinous things. Your people did heinous things upon this land to the indigenous people, okay? Therefore, you are not noble, okay? You are not a noble people as a whole, Europeans. As a whole, you are not righteous, you are not virtuous, you are not good, you are not honorable, you are not honest. How many treaties did the Europeans break with the indigenous people? We were forced to accept the colonizers' version of our history. To this day, we are still prisoners of war under a fraudulent system that was built upon our ancestral land. Okay? Therefore, you are not honest when you can't admit this. Okay? You're not upright. Okay? You're not upstanding. You're not a decent human being. You're not worthy of our God. Okay? No. Because our God is benevolence. Our God is about justice. Our God is not about keeping a people in subjection and in misery for hundreds of years. Alright? You're not noble-minded. You're not uncorrupted. Your heart is corrupted because you have accepted this wickedness as normal. Okay? You're not moral. Okay? You're not ethical. You're not reputable. Alright? You're not unselfish. You're only thinking about yourself. Okay? You can care less about the indigenous people who are prisoners of war, with no physical might in our hands to overturn economic slavery. We were born in poverty. Okay? Now, whether or not you individual Europeans were born in poverty these days is irrelevant when it comes to this truth. This is not your ancestral land. Okay? There could be various different reasons why you were born in poverty. That has nothing to do with this prophecy that I am instructed to speak to you. Okay? Nevertheless, you come from people who have portrayed themselves to the world to be noble, upright, righteous, virtual citizens, okay? When really they have been treacherous, okay? They have been disgraceful, all right? They've done shameful things. Okay? They are discreditable. That's what we're here to do. We're here to discredit this Eurocentric worldview. And we're being hated for it. We're being called racist because we're speaking the truth about real history. Okay? And we're letting you Europeans know who you really are, so that you have an opportunity to humble yourselves and repent. Accept the reproof via the Spirit of truth. Okay? The actions of the Europeans as a whole has been despicable. Okay? Untrustworthy. You expect us to trust you, trust your word, when all this time you've shown us nothing but hate? Your people have acted treacherously towards us for hundreds of years. This is the true reality of the people who invaded these lands and subjected the indigenous people. Okay? Dishonorable. You're not reputable. Okay? So, you're not noble. Okay? It's proven that you're not. Because you're living lavishly while there's misery upon the earth. The hell of the poor is caused by the paradise of the wealthy. So you are not noble. You're not righteous. There's no way that Europeans as a whole, there's no way that this is a righteous society. It's not a righteous world. All right? Nevertheless, our God allowed the Europeans to take the reins of the earth. You have all the resources. You were able to utilize it to your will. Okay? Do with it as you please. And you've ran the whole world, and everybody is groaning and mourning together until now. But you got these people who's been just living their heaven upon the earth, not giving a damn about any of the suffering, especially of the indigenous people. Okay? Now, go back. All right? Now, so you know, the Europeans claim to be noble above all others. All right? The race to which Providence has assigned the mission of carrying to a degree of perfection unknown to other races, art, sciences, philosophy. All right? They quote, God said Noah, according to the Bible, shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. So now you think you have a God-given right to plop your ass upon the land of Shem, as if it's your land now. That's why you see no problem with manifested destiny. That's why this dictionary, Webster's Dictionary of 1828, says American, a native of America, originally applied to the aboriginals or copper-colored races, us, found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born here in America. So now you done manifested your destiny. Now it's your land. Screw you niggas. You niggas ain't shit. This our land now. What you gonna do about it? Where's your God? What can you do about it? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Get a job, you lazy bum. Oh, so you want me to bow down and serve your God of money? You want me to be a slave to money? Be a slave to in your God that you trust in? No. See, I know who I am now. And I'm instructed to speak this living word to you. Okay? But this your mentality. You took our God, you took our scriptures, and then you plopped your ass on our land. Okay? And you continue and you say Canaan shall be his servant. Okay? End quote. All right. So then you pull the switcheroo. You're like, we're in the tents of Shem. So we're going to take the true biblical people. We're going to take their identity. We're going to share their identity, and we're going to give it to other nations because they have such a huge blessing, a huge heritage. Hell, there's 12 tribes. All right, there was 12 tribes. So you took our blessings and you divided them up amongst the nations, the Psalms 83. All right, and then you were like, now we're gonna make them the perpetual slaves. All right, these are the biblical people that come from Shem. You made us. You portrayed us to the world as Canaan. All right. Yes. So Christianity teaches that we're the cursed seed of Canaan. We're the cursed seed of Ham. All right? When actually we come from Shem. All right? We're the true biblical people that went into this final captivity of the Gentile nations. Okay? Canaan also has a covenant with the Gentile nations. All right? To oppress and keep us up under subjection. All right? Nevertheless, let's keep reading. All right? That blessing and prophecy are accomplished, for the race of Japheth has not only become the most numerous and the most widely spread, but it is also the dominant race of the world, which day by day advances toward universal sovereignty. All right? This is the mentality of survival of the fittest. All right? Oh. And here's some more. How is this noble? How's that righteous? How's this noble? How's this righteous? All right? Convicted. All right? See, he's locked up, convicted. All right? Call himself a Christian missionary. All right? How's it noble? How's it righteous? One second. Survival of the fittest comes from Darwin, social Darwinism, as human survival of the fittest. All right? Cruel, rigorous, weeding out of the inferior individuals and races. How is that noble? How is that righteous? How is that loving? How does that come from benevolence? It doesn't. Instead, it comes from malevolence. But this is what this system was built upon. Capitalism, opposition to social welfare. This is from a European. Herbert Spencer is a European, okay? A Gentile, all right? So this mindset is the complete opposite of how we were instructed to live by the Most High God. How is this loving your neighbor as thyself, people? How does this have anything to do with nobility and honor, righteousness, goodness, any of the fruits of the Spirit? It is the complete opposite thereof. Okay? Now, we dealt with that. All right. So when Greeks came into power, this is where you always want to start your history, Europeans. You always want to start history. You always, point to Pliny or Plato or, Socrates or all of these Greek philosophers as if there was not any nations that ruled the earth before the Greeks. Okay? Why are you acting as if everything was nothing but Fred Flintstones before the Greeks? History has been told to you in reverse, people. You see, you think that we're progressing when we have devolved. as a species, as humanity. Okay, we've devolved greatly. All right, we went from great antiquity to this hell that's upon the earth that we see today, that you think is so great, many of you. Okay, history does not start with the Greeks, for real, for real. All right, that's only Eurocentric ideology that's been enforced upon all humanity and all creation. Okay? So now, let me go ahead and close out this. Okay? The posterity of Japheth. Alright? You got Gomer. Alright? And it tells you who Gomer produces. Okay? His offspring. Alright? His numerous descendants spread themselves over a considerable part of Asia Minor and the north of Europe. All right. Sumerians, Celts, all right, Gauls derived their origin from Gomer. Hence, the modern nations of Germany, okay, the Welsh, Irish, Highlanders, okay, claim him as their great ancestor. All right. So, you Germans, guess what? You come from Japheth. Okay? And Japheth is listed in the scriptures as a Gentile. Okay? Now, Magog, his posterity were located in the region of Mount Taurus, north of the Caucasus and the Caspian Sea. The Mongolians are descendants of Magog. Okay? So again, Magog is listed in the scriptures as a Gentile. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can find that. 1 second here. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so you see this? The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog, Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshech and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dadanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles, divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. You guys are the Gentiles. Okay? You're not Shemites. Okay? You are Gentiles. Okay? Madai. The Medes sprung from Madai. Their ancient possession was extremely fertile and well cultivated. It was bounded by Parthia on the east, Assyria on the west, okay? Persia on the south, and Armenia on the north, all right? Javan, he gave to Greece, all right? So this is your Greeks, Javan, all right? Greeks, all right? Ionia, all right? Macedonia, Italy, Spain, okay? So you're going to know the Spaniards, when they invaded, they were a part of the Greeks, okay? They come from the Greeks, okay? Your Spaniards come from the Greeks, all right? And to many of the islands of the Mediterranean Sea, all right? That's why we're taught Greek from a Greek perspective. All right, this is why there's Greek sororities and fraternities. This is why this is forced upon us as a people. Okay, well, you got many of my people that pledged themselves to these Greeks. All right, like my people are looking up to these Greeks. They don't even know that it was the Greeks who invaded their land and got them up under subjection, got them participating in oaths and pledges and rituals. Okay? Most of the oaths and pledges taken at the time of initiation are occultic rituals, directly opening up the students to the I guess it's cut off, entrained of demons. Many times they pledge loyalty and faithfulness to the spirit of a deceased founder of the organization. This spirit is, of course, a demon, especially in sororities. Pledges and prayers with candles and even an altar of some sort are common. Prepare for war, alright? But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is the Most High's throne, nor by earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatever is more than these cometh of evil. Okay? Why are you pledging allegiance to flags and sororities and fraternities? Alright? And then the hazing and all of these things that go on in these things. Alright? But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yes be yes and your no be no, lest you fall into condemnation. James 5:12. Okay? You see this? Alright? This ritual, you see they got a book entitled The Ritual. There's movies out entitled, what is the name of that thing? The Skulls. The Skulls. Alright? Check that movie out. The Skulls 1 and 2. They tell you the truth to your face in the movies. Alright? And this has been allotted. Okay? Like all of this evil has been allotted upon the earth by our God. And all of it was prophecy. Okay? It said that this was going to be allotted for long continuance. And that the actual seed of the land would be up under this subjection for long continuance. That the whole world would be covered in darkness and deep dark deception. Okay? And all of this was brought by the hands of the Europeans. Okay? The times of the Gentiles. Okay? Now, Tubal, alright, his descendants, it is supposed by many, include the Tartar tribes. Okay? The, I can't even pronounce this, Caucasians, or I can't really read it to pronounce it. Who occupy the country south of the Caucasus between the Black Sea and the Arabs, have their origin from Tubal. Sorry about that. Dr. Hale says that the something of Siberia have Tubal as their ancestor. Okay? Meshach. Okay, the Muscovites trace their origins to Meshach. Alright, the first settlement of his family was from the shores of the Euxine along to the south of the Caucasus. Okay, so all of this is around the freaking Caucasus Mountains. Alright, Tyrus, from him is supposed to Thracia. Alright, now it cuts off, and this is all I have of it. Okay, but so there you have it. Alright, Europeans, you descend from Japheth, and Japheth is the Gentiles. Alright, the sons of Japheth produced the Gentiles, divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. However, you did not stay in your own lands. You began to covet the land of Shem. Okay? Therefore you took over. Okay? Now, you don't want to deal with who we were before you took us into captivity. You want to ignore the truth. Alright? Truth is here to stay now. None of you are going back to normal. Your normal is abnormal. Okay? You're ignoring how you got these lands. You're ignoring how you got your status. You're ignoring how you got your clout. Okay? you're going based upon the wisdom of this world, survival of the fittest. We got it now. Now it's ours. Okay? You are sadly mistaken. Okay? Because this is who we were before you plundered us. Alright? This is who we were before you plundered us and stole everything from us. Therefore, it's time to give back what was stolen if you are righteous. Okay? You did not start civilization. Okay? The Indo-Europeans as a whole have destroyed great civilization. All of this was built, all right, when it was, I'm not even trying to go that far. I'm not trying to go that deep right now, people, because I'm tired, honestly. Honestly, I'm tired. I've given a lot today, and I just want to try to get through this audio, okay?
The Greeks, the Romans, the revived Roman Empire all came from your seed, the seed of Japheth. Okay, that is the tail end of the statue. Okay, that's the bottom feet. That's the feet. Okay, the revived Roman Empire is the feet that is mixed with miry clay and iron. All right, we've been living this. Okay, since the late 17th into the 18th century. All right, all of this damn time, and now it's about to be destroyed. The whole damn statue with a head of gold starting with the Babylonian king. Okay? The Babylonian king with the head of gold. Okay, see that was a that was a Hebrew. Wasn't that a Hebrew? Okay? Like I gotta go back and restudy, but it definitely wasn't no damn Gentile. It was either a Hebrew or a Hamite. Okay?
Or I meant to actually say a Shemite or a Hamite, because actually not all of the seed of Shem are Hebrews. Okay, so I misspoke there. That could have been a Shemite or a Hamite, not or even a Hebrew. Okay. Because not, like I said, not all Shemites are Hebrews. All right, Hebrew means to cross over, and that began with Eber. All right, Eber and Peleg. Okay, that was the change. Okay, the crossover point. All right, and Abraham made a covenant. All right, so it was more like Abraham was like the first official Hebrew. Okay, and from that point on, that was the Hebrews. Okay, so anyway, I misspoke there. All right, I had to correct that.
It was either a Hebrew. I'm not saying an Israelite. Okay, but the Shemites, Shem, are Hebrews. Okay, Abraham crossed over. Abraham became a Hebrew when he chose to follow the leading of the Spirit of truth. Okay, he was the first Hebrew. All right, Abraham was the first Hebrew.
Hold on, let me get you the lineage right quick. All right, 1 second, people, work with me. All right, so you see Abraham here. Okay. So we have a birthright, okay? We have a birthright that's been stolen from us and given to all these other nations that's been able to enjoy our blessing in great wickedness, all right? How, like, you can't possibly think that our God is going to allow you to hold on to blessings that was reaped in wickedness, all right? That's the blessings of Lucifer. All right, if you rape and rob and pillage and plunder a people, that's wickedness, people. Therefore, you have to overturn that. Okay, you can't just be complacent and be like, well, we have it now. What are we supposed to do? It's ours. Like, all right, Go back and watch the Leprechaun movies. All right? When you have ill-gotten gain, it's not going to work to your benefit in the end. When you're holding on to that and you refuse to do the right thing, you're supposed to return it to its owner if it's ill-gotten, okay? And that's what happened, okay? That's why we're in a paradigm shift. Because all of this time we've been living in a paradigm where our God allowed the nations to come and enjoy the plunder of our birthright. Okay? Now, here's Abraham. Okay? And you got Isaac and you got Jacob. Alright? Abraham was Hebrew. Alright? He crossed over. Alright? And these are the Israelites. Okay? The 12 sons of Israel. Alright? So, we have birthright promises. Okay? And we are the people that come from this lineage here. I come from this lineage here. Alright? So I have a birthright. Alright? We have a promise. We have a covenant with a Most High God. And the seed of Japheth, the Europeans, they stole our birthright. Okay? By brute force. Survival of the fittest. Okay? And you think that you get to hold on to it for eternity. No, you got to hold on to it for hundreds of years and enjoy it. But now your time is up. Okay? Your time is up. Because the kingdom of the Messiah is being ushered in. And if you want to make it into the coming righteous kingdom, then you must give us back what was stolen. If you have the prosperity bag of Lucifer, all right, and your heart has to be in the right place, okay? Now, they established dominance right over here in America, okay? The deadly wound was healed, okay? The revived Roman Empire was established right over here in the fourth part of the earth, right here in America. It doesn't matter what you think. It don't matter what you believe. This is what happened, okay? Yes, present day captivity. The children of light are still in this physical captivity as prisoners of war, all right? There's all of these nations that's come together, confederate with one another, all right? The confederacy, all right? Now, also, you see this United Nations is all Europeans, okay? 1945, you established the United Nations, okay? Now, let's look at this confederacy, all right? This is 2019, all right? You see this confederacy up here. They're all upholding the system. They're all upholding the beast. You can even see some Hamites up in here. And you can see some of our people that sold out. Okay? You see that his phenotype is completely different from these two. So that means we are not all the same people. You know, you want to lump us all in as Africans. Okay? We're not all Africans. That's like saying that all Asians are the same. Okay, all Asian looking people are the same. You want to say that like that's like saying Chinese and Japanese are the same people. They get highly offended if you confuse them with one another. So why is it widely accepted to claim that all so-called black people are Africans? Why is it okay to lump us as nothing but Hamites? Okay? See, that's not a righteous way to judge. It's superficial. And is a Eurocentric worldview that all black people are from Africa. Alright? We were all over the earth. We were scattered all over the earth. We were already all over the earth. Okay? We were already dwelling in different parts of the earth where there are 4 seasons. Okay? Now, we got scattered by the nations when we went into captivity. Okay? And this whole confederacy has been united in keeping us as prisoners of war. Okay? This is Gentiles. These are Gentiles. All right? And they set themselves up in authority. They gave themselves authority. Okay? And they have been confederate. All right? To keep us up under this subjection, this perpetual bondage under their economic system. Okay? They all get to just worship and adore their god of money. Okay? While we suffer. This is a white man's government. Okay? Worse than slavery. That's what they enacted upon this land. You see how they hung us in trees. Okay? White League. KKK. Majority of them are your politicians, your policemen, your police chiefs, firefighters. Okay? People that are held in honor and prestige amongst humanity, okay? But yet their hearts are wholly evil. And the Great Spirit has been seeing all of this. And it was allowed for a certain amount of time. All right? Japheth, name of this youngest born of the sons of Noah, signifies extension, because that his posterity was to occupy an immense extent of country. Okay? Let's see. I'm not going to read all it is. Alright, this is another receipt of you being the Gentiles that the scripture speaks about. Okay? Alright? Riphath is the Celts or Gauls. Alright, and established their first European settlements on the Riphaean Mountains. Alright, the present Carpathians. Alright, interesting that they use Carpathia, Nikolai Carpathia in the Left Behind series. You know, the last migration towards France of our days. Alright, lastly, Torgoma, in whom tradition has always recognized the Armenians. Alright, so it's just another receipt that you guys are the Gentile nations. Alright, you guys are the Gentile nations, and this is the nation whom biblical prophecy was speaking about. Alright, that we will be up under this captivity of the Gentiles. Okay, yes. Alright, hold on. So you have to own up to the time frame that we've been living in. Okay? It's time up for burying your head in the sand and acting like, this is normal life. No, sir. No, ma'am. We were born into a false reality. Okay? Because we were born into a reality that was constructed based upon lies and deception and great wickedness. Okay? And it was the times of the Gentiles. Gentile possession or dominance over the city of Jerusalem. There will be great distress among the land and wrath to this people, and they will fall by the edge of the sword and will be led captive into all the nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. That's why the papal bull said till different, because they had no idea when their time would be fulfilled. Okay? They was just going to take advantage of our God turning his face from us. They took full advantage of our God, allowing them to take our blessing and enjoy it for however long they could. Okay? Verse 10, for I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting allowed upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. This is the Holy Spirit in our our mother, okay, like our eternal mother, all right, and our earthly mother, okay. This is the female spirit that was with us, okay. The earth nourishes us, so that's seen as our earthly mother. It provides nourishment for us, okay. That's why they call it Mother Earth, okay. But this spirit, there is a prophecy, I think in one of the I think it might be in, what is that called? It's one of these sibling oracles or one of these prophecy books. I forget the dang name of it. I always keep forgetting the name of it. But it talks about this spirit that we heard. It was an omen. Oh, omen. Hold on, let me see. The Florentine Codex. Okay, within the Florentine Codex, I'm not going to bring it out right now, people, because it's on a whole different thing. Okay, but this is the woman that's talking. Okay, with joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. All right. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow, and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of the Most High God. We broke the covenant, therefore our God turned his face from us. All right? We did not know his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Okay? We went astray. We broke his covenant. Okay? We chose to remain in our ignorance. All right? Following after the traditions of men. And all you nations are doing the same thing that my stiff-necked forefathers were doing just before our destruction. Okay? And now the Most High living God is using the remnant within the remnant, those of us who are being obedient. He's using us to warn you, nations, to get right. Okay? And many of you are going to choose to continue to not walk in the path of discipline and his righteousness. All right? So let's continue. Verse 14. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting has allowed upon them. Okay? He allowed this captivity upon us. All right? You Gentiles, you see, you think that is all in your own might and your own power and all of these things. If it was not for our God allowing this, if it was not for our God allowing you to do what you did, you would not have been able to do it. Okay? If it was not for our God long suffering you, giving you time, ample time to change your heart, if it was not for our God allowing this, you would not still be able to have our resources. You will not still be able to oppress us. You need to understand that this time that's being allowed is being allowed because of the mercy of my God. Okay? It was because of our God that you were allowed. He allowed this. He allowed you to come from far, all right, this shameless nation of a strange language, who neither reverenced old man nor pitied child. Okay? Our God allowed you. Okay? And these nations have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, that's the indigenous people, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters. Okay? But what can I help you? What can I help you? For he that allowed these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. See, you nations think that we ain't going to be delivered from this captivity. See, you love to scorn me and say, no, you're in the circumstances that you're in because you refuse to get a job. You refuse to be a responsible adult and take care of yourself. That's what's been spoken to me by those of this world my entire life. Okay? But I know that my God is going to deliver me from this captivity. Because I'm aware that this is captivity. I'm aware that this is not real life. Okay? Having to pine after money in order to enjoy my life on the earth. Alright? Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. And joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High living God will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. See, we're going to be reconnected with our Mother Earth, okay? And she is going to produce for us like never before. Way better than it was in the beginning. Yes, it's going to be an abundance of fruits in our land again. Our land is going to be Aramaic with all kinds of smells of sweet fruits, all right? Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently. I have been suffering patiently. I have not taken matters into my own hands physically to overturn my impoverished circumstances, because I'm aware now that working jobs will never overturn my impoverished circumstances. No, that just makes me a perpetual slave to the God of money. I will continuously have to be on a cycle, earning money, so that I don't become impoverished. So I've been suffering patiently the wrath that has been allowed to come upon me. It has been allowed by the Most High God. All right? For thy enemy has persecuted us, but shortly thou shalt see the destruction of our enemies. Yes, we shall see the destruction of our enemies. All right? And we're already treading upon his neck with this truth. This why you avoid listening to me. All right? Because the way that we come across with this truth, all right, is like treading upon your neck. It comes across as jeering. It comes across as alarming. It comes across as, who the hell you think you are? Like, we're destroying we're destroying the lies with truth. Okay, we're destroying this false ass reality. Okay, so we're treading upon the neck of our enemies. All right? My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High God, for ye shall be remembered of him that allowed these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High God, okay, because we chose, we had a choice, and we chose to disobey our God and go astray from our God. All right? It is also our choice to return to our God and seek him 10 times more. This is what I've done, okay? For he that has allowed these plagues upon us shall bring us everlasting joy with our salvation. Okay? We're the ones that's going to be saved. What the hell do you evangelical Christians think you're saved from? You have your money. You don't want or need for anything. You done built your heaven upon this earth. It's us that's been in misery. It's us that's been in turmoil. Tiggy, what in the hell are you doing? Tiggy, creeping. Is there spirits in here? Tiggy tripping, bro. Yeah, Tiggy, like, I guess the spirit's listening, bro. They listening to this message, because Tiggy creeping. Like, wow. Alright, so anyway, let's see. I don't even know what the heck was I saying, bro. I was reading, and then all of a sudden I noticed Tiggy creeping. So anyway, let me just finish reading, okay? Alright, we returned. Alright? For he that allowed these plagues to come upon us shall bring us everlasting joy with our salvation. We're the ones that's going to be delivered. Okay? Take good cheer, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Okay? Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoiced at thy fall. Yes. Okay, you rejoice at my misery. Why have you been rejoicing at our misery? The nations has been eating and drinking and giving themselves in marriage, sending gifts one to another. All of these things while we've been in turmoil. Okay? So miserable are the cities which thy children served. Okay? Miserable is she that received thy sons. Okay? For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. Okay? All of you that literally rejoice when my internet got disconnected, all of you that rejoice and laughed as I've wept on for real in real time, okay? You know, I'm tender-hearted that way, people. I've shown my real heart and soul on this channel. And those of you who have taken light of it, and you've mocked, and you've made fun of it, understand what you are going to grieve in your own dissolution. Okay, you're going to, when you are crying and grieving and all of that, that's going to be brought back to your remembrance how you laughed at me in my misery and my suffering. For he is going to take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. All of you that's been able to live lavishly all of this time, because you get money, you get materialistic things, okay? That's going to be taken away from you. You're no longer going to be able to rejoice over your great abundance. Okay? You're no longer going to be able to take pride in all your lavish living. You're not going to be able to take pride in your status and your clout and your honors of men. You're no longer going to have that. You're going to be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her that's going to be allotted from the everlasting, long to endure. Okay, because you were a part of this captivity of us for long continuance. We've been up under this perpetual bondage for hundreds of years. So therefore, you're going to be in it for a long continuance. You're going to have to endure this for a long damn time. Okay? And she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. You're going to be in a land that is desolate. Okay? You're going to be in a land where it talks about being inhabited with like satyrs and what satyrs. All right, the land is going to be dwelt with satyrs. That's part of this prophecy. The oracle concerning Babylon. All right. Yeah. The desert creatures will lie down there. Howling creatures will fill her houses. Ostriches will dwell there. Wild goats will leap about. Hyenas will howl in her fortresses. All right. And this wild goats is satyrs. All right. Jackals in luxurious palaces. Okay. Babylon's time is at hand, and her days will not be prolonged. Okay? Your time is up. All right? Your time is surely up, because his people's been resurrected by way of the Spirit. So now is time. People, you're in a valley of decision. Are you going to uphold this wicked ass system of oppression? Or are you going to take of your abundance and help ease our suffering? Help us to soar in our spiritual mission. Use the blessing bag of Lucifer for righteousness' sake. All right? O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold, the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High God. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of God. Now this is Baruch. They're going to come from the east to the west. Okay? Again, I'm bringing up this prophecy in the keys of Enoch. Okay? The new Atlantean centers will be activated from the Bermuda Triangle, the Great Salt Sea, and Jerusalem. Hebron, the Great Salt Sea is in Utah. Okay? Which are already known as pyramid areas. By the higher evolution, these areas will be used by the Jerusalem Command from Orion to open the chambers of the earth and provide for the shifting of consciousness to the Americas, the next home of the dove, as the Father's program shifts from the Middle East to the Middle West. Okay? From the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High God. Okay? We're the ones whom he gave his word to.
Alright? Abraham was the first Hebrew. Alright? And all his descendants are Hebrews. So the children of Shem are Hebrews.
This angel is also
so anyway,
given as a blessing
even before Abraham, Shem, You know, they're Hebrews, but Abraham was really the first one to make that covenant. Alright, or Shem made the covenant too. But I'm just saying, the descendants of Abraham, each one was chosen out of the sons of Noah.
Let me pull that genealogy or that lineage thing back up. I thought I still had it up here, but apparently I don't. So let me close some stuff out, people, because I got way too much stuff up. I'm trying to hurry this thing up, bro. It's going on it's 120 on the video thus far, and it's 312. We finished that Baruch. We finished that. There's some more things I need to bring out to you, but I wanted to show you the lineage right quick. I wanted to try to get through this audio, people. That's why I'm kind of like letting it play. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Let me pull this up to, okay. Let me show you this one, actually, this lineage here. Okay? Now, this is from the King James 1611 lineage, okay? Now, you got Adam, you got Cain, Abel, Seth, okay? You got Noah, alright? You got Shem, alright? Abraham, alright? Bloodline of the Most High with design, okay? So as you can see, this the priest of Melchizedek, alright? Forces of light, alright? We're the light upon the earth. We're the seed that was destined to be the light upon the earth. Okay, we're the ones that you want to help. We're the ones you want to assist. Okay. Let me go ahead and play this audio right quick.
Alright, Shem was the one that chose to do righteousness before the sight of the Great Spirit. That's why Shem was given the best lands that are neither hot nor cold. Okay, we were supposed to be righteous. We were to be the shining light upon the earth. That's why we were given the best lands. Not to be wholly wicked and shed all kinds of blood in the land. We were to be set apart from the wicked nations who were shedding blood and all of them things, being animalistic. Okay? But, you know, bottom line is we chose not to do that. We chose to break the eternal laws. Therefore, the Great Spirit removed protection from us and allowed the worst of the heathen to come destroy us and our land. Okay? For a period of time. But you need to understand, you know, there are empires before you Greeks. Okay? So there was history before you Greeks took over. Alright? You are not the pinnacle of all civilization. There was great civilization before you. You came and destroyed the great civilization.
Now, I'm going to have to pick the rest of that back up tomorrow, bro. I'm going to have to go into some detail. I'm going to have to show you. Alright? Because I do have some newer receipts that I was able to obtain to show you how when Europeans came to these lands, they were literally flabbergasted. But I ain't got no more energy. And I'm like, bro, I'm famished, and I got to get something to eat. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and finish up this that I had up here. Okay? And then tomorrow we will revisit some more of this. I'm going to replay what we just played, and I'm going to go into some detail. Okay? I'm going to show you what they destroyed. Okay? Like... How, like, bro, time's up for the lies, okay? Time's up for deception, all right? Now, Psalms of Solomon, okay? For you have rewarded the sinners according to their actions and according to their extremely wicked sins, all right? You have exposed their sins. That's what we're doing right now, is exposing the sin. And this is why we're hated. I'm detested because I am exposing the transgression that's been allowed to run rampant upon the earth for centuries, okay? All right? You have exposed their sins that your judgment might be evident, okay? pretty damn soon, uh, your memory is about to be obliterated from the earth. Obliterated, okay? Obliterated from the earth. Very soon, okay? So once the Great Spirit, once the benevolence speaks and all hell comes upon these nations, okay? Uh it's not gonna be no more of this. Like, it's gonna pass away as if we never went through it, okay? It's gonna be so irrelevant. That's how good the blessing is gonna be, okay? Once wickedness is dealt with, it's gonna be as if it never happened, okay? That's what this means. It's gonna be obliterated from the earth, all right? All the memory of their evil and their sin and all of that is going to be obliterated from the earth. The Most High God is a righteous judge, and he will not be impressed by appearances or vain lip service. For the Gentiles insulted Jerusalem, trampling her down. He dragged her beauty down from the throne of glory. She put on sackcloth instead of beautiful clothes, a rope around her head instead of a crown. She took off the wreath of glory which the Most High had put upon us. In dishonor, her beauty was thrown down to the ground. And I saw and implored in the Lord's presence and said, let it be enough, Lord, to make your hand heavy on Jerusalem by allowing Gentiles upon her. For they ridiculed her and did not refrain in anger and vicious rage. And they will be finished unless you, Lord, censure them, the Gentiles. Unless you put a stop to these Gentile nations, Father, they're not going to stop. For they have not done it in zeal, but in emotional passion, to pour out their anger against us in plunder. Do not delay, O God, to repay them on their heads, allowing them to reap what they have been sowing. To declare dishonorable the arrogance of the dragon. And I did not wait long until the Most High God showed me his insolence pierced on a mountain of Egypt. All right? More despised than the smallest thing on earth and sea. All right? Now, I brought out the rest of that. I already broke that down in another video, but I ain't trying to go that deep right now, so because it's going to take too much time, bro. I ain't trying to go too deep. The apocalypse of Baruch. Dost thou think that in these things the Most High God rejoices, or that his name is glorified? But how will it serve towards his righteous judgment? See? Do you think that our God rejoiced in how you destroyed his people? Do you think our God has been happy, or that his name was actually being glorified all to this time in your churches? But how will it serve towards his righteous judgment? Let's see. After these things shall the dispersed among the Gentiles be taken hold of by tribulation, and in shame shall they dwell in every place. Because so far as Zion is delivered up, and Jerusalem laid waste, and idols prosper in the cities of the Gentiles, and the vapor of the smoke of the incense of righteousness, which is by the law, is extinguished in Zion. And in the region of Zion, in every place, lo, there is the smoke of impiety. But the king of Babylon will arise, who has now destroyed Zion. And he will boast over the people, and he will speak great things in his heart in the presence of the Most High. But he also shall fall at last. And the righteousness that's going to come out of this, how this is going to serve towards his righteous judgment, is our redemption. And all those who take heed to this true and living word of the Most High God. Just this word being spoke out in the air is causing many devils to tremble, is causing many demons to tremble. Okay? It's causing you know, because many people have yet to subdue their ego and deal with their demons. This is what's causing their hearts to harden towards this living word. All right, even my neighbors around me, bro. Like, you just imagine. All right, see, you people, like, many people hate me on social media, on this channel and whatnot. But imagine my neighbors that are around me. All right, they hear me recording these messages. Okay, they see how I live my life. Okay, but I depend upon the protection of the living God. Okay, yes, most definitely, wholeheartedly. You know, but bro, we are at the end. I'm instructed to speak this living word. I'm instructed to not be afraid of any repercussions from speaking his living word. I am to endure whatever comes my way because of speaking his living word. Okay? So on that note, people, I try my best to try to get this thing finished today. But there ain't no way to get this thing finished today. Alright? I already rushed a great deal of this. And I really don't want to rush, okay? But bro, I have so much on my plate. And I don't like that these messages take so many videos. Like, I don't know any other way to do it though. To give you all of this, to break it all down by way of the Spirit, like I'm led to do it. Like, it seems like it's not enough time. In a day, like, how am I supposed to do all of this, Father? I'm constantly asking how. Like, this is such a heavy load, okay? Like, and I feel like it would be much better when I begin to get some help. All right, but this is heavy. This is heavy on me, people. And when I'm not being shown love, when I'm not being shown appreciation for the mantle that's been placed upon me, it makes this extremely difficult, people. Okay? Like, can you please start showing some love to me? All right? Please? Out of the generosity and kindness of your heart. All right? Real love, people. Not vain lip service. On that note, I'll be back to give you some more when I can. Okay? Shalom.